Hi guys, welcome to the Week 2 Texo. It's going to be really similar to Week 1, but I just want to walk you through a couple of changes that we did based off your feedback. So you're going to evaluate 8 venture proposals, but we're going to evaluate them on less questions than we did last time. So click here, and to give you a sense of sort of what people's other ideas were, spend about 3, maybe 5 minutes, but I'd really try to stick to 3 minutes, getting a sense of what each startup does. This is what angels and VCs often do. They go through 10, 50 startup ideas, pitch decks, and look for the ones that they think have potential to then dive deeper on. And so we have the one sentence overview, the elevator pitch, whether the team can execute, and then a link to their pitch deck. So go through, check out for each startup their information, and just get a sense of the 8 startups that you're going to be reviewing in depth. I think this is a really helpful way, and sort of compare them to one another. Do you think one maybe has a better elevator pitch? Does one seem to have a stronger business model? Just think through that. You don't have to have really defined answers, but I think it's a great starting place and should make the rest of the questions easier. Once you've done that, head on over to the first set of questions, and it's just going to have you evaluate the first startup, in this case Observe 360, on a bunch of dimensions. I've already clicked one here. I say it has amazing business potential, and because this is the example, everything is going to be amazing. But you're going to be ranking on how convincing the pitch deck is, the business potential, the paragraph about the team's ability to execute, how defined is their problem, do they have an unfair advantage and unique value proposition, do they have channels so they can acquire customers, and are those customers well defined as a segment, how detailed, believable, and well supported are the cost structures and revenue streams, and finally, how creative is the venture idea. This includes both the product and the business model. Leave a little feedback, and then hit continue and just keep going through. Like last time, if you rank 2 as having amazing business potential, tell us which one you think has more business potential just by using these little rankers right here, and just keep going through, right? Obviously, till you're done. Once you've done that, jump on into the Texo collaboration survey. So if you remember last time, it's going to take a couple of seconds to load as it pulls in the images and gets the questions ready. So give it a little time. I know it can be there. It goes. So select anybody that you know. These will form the base of the rest of the questions. So at this point, I think I know most of you, so I'd probably have to click everybody's face, which would take some time, but I'd do it. I'm not going to do it in this video, though. I'm sorry if I missed you. And then once you select everybody that you know and you've added them to your People I Know cart, hit continue. And then once you've hit continue, there's just going to be questions like last time, almost all the same. Who do you seek for advice on entrepreneurship? Who would be the first or the second or the third person that you would go to for advice? Who do you think is creative and inventive? Who do you consider a close friend? And really make sure you answer these questions. We're going to be going through over the next week, and if we see that they haven't been answered, you're going to be ineligible for prizes. Who would be useful to interact with more than you do now? Who would you like to work with in the future? So forth and so on. Once you've done the collaboration survey, there is the rapid evaluate everything and innovate Delhi. So we've given you everybody's elevator pitches, and we've gotten rid of that, which one's the best, because that just really didn't work. Instead, we're giving you a larger scale, so it goes from 1 is no potential, 9 is amazing potential. In terms of the business potential, put yourself in the mind of an angel investor. Which one do you think has the most potential, which doesn't? And just crank through saying what you think the potential of these startups actually is. This will take a while, but it will really give you a good sense of what the ideas people came up this week were. So once you've done that, there's the self and team evaluation. This is exactly the same as last week. Nothing has changed here. So first you evaluate yourself, then you evaluate your other teammates, and you do the tiebreaker thing, which is great. And then finally, the last thing you have to do today in terms of Texo is reflect on who you would like to work with during week 3. This will not be used to form your teams. You're going to form your teams on your own, and then you're going to come to me and Sherrick and say, hey, here are our teams, and we'll write it down. You got to do that by 3. But what this is going to do is pull up, similar to the collaboration survey, a little photo of everybody once it loads, and select the top people you would like to have on your week 3 team. This doesn't mean you're going to work with them, but we just really like to get a sense of who you've met at Innovate Delhi, who you would like to work with. So select 20 people. I'm just randomly selecting right now, but you should definitely think about who it is that you would really like to work with in the future. This is a great exercise so that you know who to maybe reach out to in the future if your startup gets off the ground. And it also, I think, will help you realize, like, the amazing connections you made at Innovate Deli. Hit continue, and then very simply, who are the top 10 out of those 20 that you would like to work with? I'm just going to do in order. Don't be offended if I have not picked you. You're all my top 10. We won't be sharing this with anyone either. So this is personally for your development. And then just tell us your first choice. You're out of the top 10, your second, fourth, and just through 10. Right? And then once that's done, hit continue. And you're done with that Texo. And so once you've done that, I think you're going to have a really good sense of who you would like to have on your team and spend some time being thoughtful on it. Because I think we often don't realize who would be good for us to work with, and we just go off things like friendship. So try your best to really spend some time reflecting. Once you have all your Texos in, then you can meet up with people, form your teams, come to me and Sherrick with a sticky note with your 2 other team members, so teams of size 3, the names on them. We'll double check that you guys all agree that you want to, fight a lot over the next week, and we'll write your names into the database. So that's the overview for the day. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to have a movie in the afternoon too, and we're really excited to see what you guys do over week 3. Not to mention see what you guys have generated during week 2.